ass kissery, brown nosing, as some people say. It's like being a celebrity, because I just done. I was watching Jaden Smith stuff about him, and it's like, I mean, let's say it's just a person of power. It could be male or female, doesn't really matter. As well, age doesn't really matter. It's like, who just, like people say they have yes men. Now, I would have thought, attributed to like, well, it's probably because the videos I watched about it, it's like, musicians, personally rappers, right? It could be rock too, it's just like people have, uh, especially certain musicians, their entourage. Actors have it as well, I bet. Just celebrities. There's people that aren't celebrities, or they would really love to try to be. And they have their entourage as well. Except, the ones I'm thinking about, I mean, they're just so lame, ridiculous. I don't want to get into that. But like anyone could have power. A boss, a manager, Mag's manager had power. There was people like, that didn't tell him exactly, like I said, he was doing something wrong, he broke something. They wouldn't even say it. And they were just like, one of his little people and stuff till this day. But behind his back, it's like this, he did this and that. I'm like, well, yeah, I agree with you. And like, and that, and I'm like, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 right. But it's like, in front face, like, they won't say anything. In fact, they just, they would tell me, like, oh, if you don't want him to make fun of you, maybe, or you want him to say something to you, maybe you shouldn't, say this or be here. I'm like, no, 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 no. See, he's just, I don't feel like they were picking on me, he's harassing me, and, he's putting down for his own reasons, but it's about that yes man mentality, that ass kisser, butt kisser, the suck up, that individual that just tells you whatever you want to hear because he doesn't want to get your feelings hurt, or he doesn't want a confrontation, and then that other person will be mad, upset with you. It's like, why would I want fake people around me? Just like, if I'm gonna be upset with you because we don't agree on something, or I'm doing something wrong, it's like, tell me, give me your opinion. I actually want to hear it. I want to discuss it with you. I mean, I'll think of it in my mind. It's not about, I guess it's a form of being just conscious and yourself and trying to figure yourself out. But I don't mess around with that. Just say, whatever whatever I'm feeling, because I'm gonna get my feelings hurt. You know. I'm not talking about arguing and yelling. I mean, nobody wants to go through that, at least from my perspective. Because I know people that go through it and they just, they still, communicate with one another. I'm not into that either. But, this is about, like, if you see something, maybe, even with like music, this is a sound, but you're going to say, yeah, yeah, it's great, yeah, 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 just because what? Just because I'm like, producing or making something? Well, you're not a credible witness then, but how far does that go when maybe someone else points to you that you mistakes this and that? Are you gonna be just disillusioned when like 10, 15 people are telling you otherwise? And I'm not I'm not trying to defend somebody in particular or anybody in particular. Who knows how people's mind work? Maybe they'll just continue doing the same thing. Maybe they'll ignore the person that was trying to tell them the truth. Because truth does hurt. There's different degrees to that. It could hurt for different reasons. But you know what? Truth is better than lies. Really, It's just that and I'm not gonna talk about my ex manager there. There's a lot of people like that. Who have a certain power over people on a different degree. And they just they don't like to be either told the truth or what your opinion is. Or they get frustrated. You can see it on their face that they get angry and frustrated. You know. What part? And let's say like the entourage or certain of the individual isn't around, and just one on one, and you tell them what you would feel. How would that person react? Let's say work related or anything else. Is it arrogance, cockiness? Is it your ego, your pride? Because you don't like that person or like anybody else telling you something that you didn't know, you don't agree 100%. I mean, I'm not the guy who just puts his head down, this and that. If I don't say anything, I just I've said it too many times already. I figured you out. I don't want to get a confrontation. I want to go home or like collect my paycheck, this and that, or just be on my way. I just, I don't have time for that. And like certain people, I just, it's like they can't figure stuff out, or they're just so into themselves for a certain degree. It's like they would just try to get angry about trying to, like, and would try to figure. They'll point. Yeah, I am attributing to my ex-boss. He used to attribute other things to other things just to, perpetuate his point of view when it had nothing to do with the argument discussion at hand. It's like I don't even have time for that to, like, And some people say that's a strawman argument, or maybe he's just deluded. He just, he's trying to figure out. He's trying to find other factors just to prove you wrong. And it breeds a lot of tension and animosity when you just, you're subtle about it and you try to be nice about it, And it's like, then they call you what, a little pussy, some shit, That was I don't think it was from that. It was from other reasons. But it's like, I really don't have time for that. I don't have time to coach you and explain you something that you should probably already know. That as well. And let's say you're at work, you're working as a beer delivery driver. Not for a multi-million-dollar company, but a big warehouse in a certain place that, wow, is very profitable, probably, right? And just not making a lot of money. I mean, not personally, $18 an hour. It's pretty decent in Jersey. Not the best, but it's okay. But it's like, what's it say? Not making a lot of money. Let me mitigate from that. Let's say you work for a distributor. You're making some money, this and that. You're working, but there's always an entourage. There's always cliques inside of a workforce. Or they hang out outside of work. It doesn't matter. And people, especially in the Polish community, find like, oh, that's my friend. This and that. Other people do it too. Like, I don't fall in that category. Unless we're friends outside of work, we talk this and that. All right, but then it's like, how much of a friend are you? A really good friend to begin with, a bad friend. But people have entourages in a workforce. It's like the little cliques. They communicate one another, and they're like, push you aside, and they conspire against you on different levels, emotional, psychological, psychological mostly, and like work related and other related issues as well. That's a little entourage. That's a little group and stuff. You permeate it, permitigate it. I'm gonna look that word up. I don't want to say penetrate because people getting really excited over there. I don't know who's watching, but yeah, it's not a porn addiction, just nasty, bro. Anyway, not going there, but you just ridicule all of them at once. On a certain degree, or just point out, and hopefully they get it. If they don't get it, just frustrates you. It's like, how you not get it? I'm making fun of you. I don't got time for that nonsense of putting my head down, and just supporting you because you're the boss, or like you have a certain title, or like you drive a forklift. I don't give a fuck about that. It is take time to learn the skill. I was on it one day, illegally not certified. You got me, Montez. But it's like I could learn it. It's like I'm not saying there was an issue like people pushing me away from it either, but it's like it's really not that serious that you're just so freaking great, man. There's people that will put that power over you because they can do something that you haven't done it yet. When in reality, it's like they do other stuff and they're just so slow. They're just so close-minded. It's like I don't even go and pointing fingers, this and that. When things get really rowdy and crazy, I will point out your mistakes. I am a person of peace. A lot of people aren't. They're just obsessed with power and just owning people. That's a true definition of oppressor. Even if you don't own land and you actually don't own a person. On title, on paper. There's people that do try to own people with their minds and emotionally and stuff. It's not about just making fun of somebody, standing up for yourself. It's much more devious and complicated. I mean, people will own you with like a bowl of soup. Maybe not today at this moment, but people own you with a lot of stuff. People own you when they try to borrow you money or something. I mean that's the clear as day scenario. It's like they got you. But that is just creepy, and like, I don't even believe in that. I mean, I don't go through that. I hardly ever go through that. But actually that, yeah, as well. Yeah, they would try to, they try to, like, put that on you, just make you feel something. Like, well, it talks about money. You don't have a house, you don't have a nice car or bike or something like that. They just do. It's a form of arrogance when you break them down. You're just like, wow, you're that petty, you're that small, and you're that silly of a person. Really? They'll actually lie just to own you and try to make you think that, to the point of just freaking ridiculous. Like, what's the point of arguing there? You just gotta hang up the phone instead of getting angry. You know, imagine a group of people, and I mean, there's ours, and actually, I'm pretty sure it happened before, but a lot of rock stars had, I'm talking about just groupies, and rappers do too. But those incidents where, like, let's say you was like, you don't have to be a musician, but you 10, 20 people, one guy gets out of line, gets in trouble, well, now you all gotta defend him, and that you have the same mentality. It's like, all right, well, he said this and that. I'm my own person, I'm not gonna defend somebody who's just stupid about it and just, acts ridiculous and, looking for a confrontation or just arrogant. Like, why am I gonna support that fucking guy? Or people that rob pizza delivery guys. I don't support you. You know? What if like, I deliver pizza and they rob me? Like, I'm gonna support the guy that robbed me or some shit? Like, I'm not criminal minded, so that's a very big no right there. But also, it's like, the people try to own you, and also by like association. You know, it's like, well, we know this and that. I'm not. I lost my point, but I'm not gonna be responsible for other people's insecurities and downfalls, and uh just let me see, what would be the word to say? What's to say? They're character defects, personality defects. I'm not gonna be responsible for somebody like that. A lot of times I don't go and point it out. Maybe it's a joke when you get me angry, but I'm not. We all have defects, and it's like some people just can't confront it on a lot of level. Some people can't confront simple things they haven't figured out. They're just not aware on how to do it, and they get very frustrated and angry about it. So it's like, I'm not gonna be the yes man. The point serious case, my ex boss, their manager, he was putting something. I think it was a stapler that we needed to do something, and it was all right. It was okay. But he just like he put it right, he broke it, and the guy that was laughing about it still works him to this day. And he was like, "Well, I guess it won't." And Janos over there, the ex-manager, was like, "Well, I guess now it won't work." and I'm like, "Well, you broke it," like, And he was just so serious about it. Except he didn't see us like laughing at him. I know he felt some type of way. I know he felt insecure. Whatever, And the other guy was just like, pretending like he wasn't laughing, and it was like, "Oh, all right, well, this and that." What am I supposed to do? It's like he's a manager. It's like, like, first of all, man, like, you're doing it wrong. I already saw you doing it wrong. It's like, I don't even want to fix it, but it's like, why don't you get better ones? And there was a lot of other things, Am I gonna correct them on that? I don't have time for that. On the basis of the stapler, I mean, I don't know if it was, he could have fixed it, or not. It was just like he was just, I don't know if he was struggling with it. Just, he was just reckless with it. It was just reckless to the point where I was like, dude, you're never gonna fix it like that. And also it's like, you gotta take the stapler apart. It was a couple of them they were breaking. I don't know if they were cheap or not. That particular one, they came down to the point where there was just no staplers. Like, he actually, I don't know if he was that angry. He like, actually no, he took one stapler from like, when you staple papers. I'm like, I mean, what, are you fucking kidding me? And yeah, it was that. It's like, if you don't have the mindset, to figure something like that out, it's like, well, what's the point? Sometime prior to that, me and this other guy, we were stapling cardboard handles for this alcohol beverage. I think it was a 4-pack or a 6-pack. I remember we had to open boxes, and he has visions probably. He was sitting in a dark spot, but it didn't matter. He just didn't know how to staple them, and we started taking them out. I think I started just stapling inside, but then I started taking them out, stapling, putting them back inside. Maybe we could have figured out a better way to do it. We just weren't talking. I was angry. I did we put everything on pallet. I did like 2/3 more than him. Actually, 250% more than that guy. He was very slow. So my ex-manager walks in and he's like, and he's talking to me about that guy. He's like, you're never gonna finish like that. Look what you done. Look at his. He's like that, like a child. And it's like, what do you do with that guy? You get up, you spit in his face, and you tell him, go fuck yourself, fat guy. I know we live. Yeah, see, that's what some people do. I'm not like that. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I still feel like you fucking cocksucker faggot. And I started finishing it, and then I was thinking, me and that fucking Ukrainian fat, guy work. Why don't I just get my own pallet? He goes, pallet. And then I'll do this and that. But it's like, what? You think I'm gonna be so petty for that fucking, idiot's fucking, reward? Like, he just tried to put me down. He hates the fuck out of me. Because we're sitting, it's like, we gotta do this for 2, 3, 4 hours. Actually, like, half a day or something. And, the other fucking idiots, they didn't even want to help with that. And then, you see him in a court case, he's all sad and depressed. What, I'm supposed to feel sorry for that? Fuck you. And then your little friends kiss your ass and, pretend they're sad. I'm pretty sure someone else like me will come over there, just won't say anything, and just isn't on your 11 playing field of dumb and stupid, and you'll fucking, I don't know, you'll try to get your aggression out on him. Except, I just hope that person just, doesn't put up with 4 years like I have. There is a certain place, just, psychological abuse in the workplace, And the person that was, slow and this and that, he took breaks and, like, not just breaks, he would hide talk on the phone, he would sleep. He would talk on the phone. They just made a joke that he was just playing good hide and seek. So you guys don't care about efficiency. You care that I'm efficient, that I have a mind that works and can do stuff. What do you say to people like that? How many times I could just point out this and the other thing and the other thing to a point just like I keep my mouth shut. Now I have this YouTube thing, so I make YouTube videos about that. Except majority of my videos about the pitfalls of society and the psychology of people that have poor psychology to begin with. It is a revolving door. The psychology of minds of human beings that don't act like regular human beings, or maybe they do. It is the pitfall of it does relate to sociology, and it is a pitfall of, like, what's going on right now has been going on for centuries, decades and centuries, including not just World War I, World War II. There's a lot of wars that probably shouldn't have happened. Actually, probably all of them. That's the real reality over there. Yeah, why does history repeat itself? It doesn't repeat itself. It's the same thing over and over. Because there's people that just say you're too arrogant, too egotistical, want to fight about petty stuff, and who knows, want to lock people up in prison, want to kill people for, like, what? Being right about stuff, having an opinion that is right, correct. This is your fucking world. And don't blame me that I did this to you. All I did was just tell you, no, hey, maybe we should do this because it'll be better. But your little entourage group of geeks and idiots laugh at, they don't understand it. They just, they want to play your fucking card for some other anger shit, and they want some leverage, and you're fucking too stupid to fucking realize, or you're just too arrogant to actually, listen and do it better. It's really that simple. It's complicated. It's really that simple. I see it all the time. Just because I don't I have time to point out this, and that. Even if I did, you still argue with me, and it's like, what's the point? Now that's fucking personal. And you have 3, 4 freaking idiots, clowns. And when they basically, for lack of a word, jerk offs. Just a bunch of creeps and idiots. It's like they're laughing like a bunch of fucking hyenas. I'm not saying I'm a fucking lion in this bitch. Like, I don't got time for you fucking slaughter you. I'm depressed and suppressed for a lot of other people that I live with and next door neighbors, and who knows, 2 fucking retards on the fucking road. But you already know what the fuck that feels like, don't you? You should. And then it's imagine you're like, fuck, man, I just gotta go to another state, But a couple people pointed out that they do like poetry readings, this and that, in like Brooklyn. Like, oh, all right, I'll go there. And you just heard from like NYPD and a bunch of fucking detectives that stalk you for 2-3 days and they pretend they're doing traffic stuff, ha ha ha. You know, and you go to a Starbucks, there's some fucking idiot over there, just starts thumping chairs like 7 o'clock in the morning because you're sitting there and, you know, he wants you out. You know, and you point out to the guy who seems to be the manager, that's my people. And he just, you know, he gets in your face like he's gonna hate you and shit. And he looks like a total fucking coward. I mean, it's like that all over the place, not just in New York. In America, who knows, maybe all over the fucking place. You know? And the fact is, I mean, maybe there's one person that probably should have said something, but kept her head down because, you know, or his head down because, you know, they don't want to get fired. Fine. But you know what? Don't fucking look for me for fucking answers. I'm not keeping my head down, just at least I'm not a fucking coward. You know? And things like that happen a couple places in Starbucks in New York. It's gutter bucks. You just slam shit, like, you know, mom over there slam shit just like this because she wants me out of the fucking kitchen. Like, I could fucking see you doing that on purpose. What do you think? And they ask you, like, I'm just cleaning, I'm doing stuff. You go on like this. And they do that in Starbucks too, just like what the fuck is your problem? Why don't you just, jump on the counter and get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like some fucking idiot chick did. You know? And all those fucking losers, idiots over there, sit there with their heads down and shit, because she made a noise and he got loud. I mean, you guys are fucking cowards. You're fucking cowards, you know? You're nothing. Just because you own an expensive phone and you have nice sneakers doesn't mean anything. You know? You probably think you're better people than that. You do. And who is the rowdiest, craziest, creepiest of them all? Not just certain people of color, they are. Just some person that just fucking is aware, just doesn't care. One of them had like long freaking nails and he was a transvestite homosexual. I mean, there's a lot of people. There's cops out there who just like that too. Just a rowdy and crazy, you know? Colin McGinney, they don't even care. You say, hey, listen, nigga, like, and they're like, what? Oh, you never, I'm in person, but, you know, I don't have time to explain that. I just love the shock value on your face. You know, it's hilarious when you see that. You know, it shouldn't be that much shocking, right? But what about homosexual cops that, you know, think about cross-dressing, you make cross-dressing jokes, they get it, but they feel it, and they just kind of, you know, they get car away. Wow, man. I'm gonna kiss your ass, what, because you got a badge and a gun? You gonna pull out a gun when, like, fucking, I don't know, someone doesn't want to get out in the driveway, and you're standing for 10-15 minutes? It makes you what? A human being, a man? You know? You know, somebody's kissing his ass and shit, because, you know, he got muscles, he got a badge, and he got her out of a speeding ticket. You know, so who knows what she'll do just to, you know, have his approval. Right. I guess, you know, $70, $80 or $100 get you a long way of life, right? Ask history for, you know, till you do it again.